30 years of inspiration. In 1991, NGO Forum and ADB was first established as the NGO Working Group NWG on the ADB. The first NGO regional consultation on ADB policies and issues took place in 1994. By 1997, during the 30th ADB annual meeting, NWG started its formal engagement with the ADB, bravely challenging the bank's claim of making the Asia and Pacific region prosperous, inclusive, resilient, and sustainable. In the same year, the NGO Working Group, NWG on the ADB, became the NGO Forum on the ADB. By 1999, as the 90s went into a close, NGO Forum on ADB started monitoring and critiquing the ADB energy policy.
When NGO Forum on Asian Development Bank was initiated in 1991, the name they have chosen was NGO Working Group on Asian Development Bank. So it was initiated by Chippe, who was then worked with the Friends of the Earth United States. So he convinced 4 civil society organizations in Philippines, that was Philippine Rural Reconstruction Movement, Freedom from Debt Coalition, Legal Rights Center LRC, and also the Asian NGO Coalition ANGO. So they got together and they were convinced that because Asian Development Bank is based in Manila, it's easy for the Filipino civil society to go to the Asian Development Bank and lobby the executive directors and the management for better policies.
NGO Forum is very dear to me because my first work is with the Forum. That was 2 decades ago, but it was then called the NGO Working Group on the ADB, the secretariat of which was housed at the Legal Rights and Natural Resources Center, Friends of the Earth Philippines. The NGO Forum taught me that our struggles and our victories are really about the people, the communities.
NGO Forum is not only fighting for a better world, it's also a source of friends and a lot of new great initiatives. And more than that, because NGO Forum is and will always be 25 years younger than the ADB, I think they will always be ahead and be a great force in challenging the bank for years to come.
There are so many good friends out there that are very reliable, and that it's just fun to know them and to work with them.
30 years of raising our voices. 2001 was historical. The NGO Forum and ADB boycotted the 37th ADB annual meeting in Jeju Island, South Korea. In 2004, NGOs from Central Asia and Caucasus joined the campaign on ADB. This is during the 38th annual meeting in Istanbul, Turkey. As the Forum network grew, it adhered even more to the principles of transparency, accountability, and participatory decision-making. The Forum network also affirmed its solidarity with community struggles against development finances that led to a debt trap. 2008, the ADB safeguards mechanism was introduced, and the Forum network engaged it actively. The Forum focused on good governance, vulnerable sectors, social and environmental justice. The ADB approved the 3rd version of its energy policy in 2009. The Forum network, just like the previous years, continued to engage and lobby the bank, demanding nothing less for the people and the planet.
It was a long fight over the Khulna Jesor Drainage Rehabilitation Project, KJDRP, which had been financed by Asian Development Bank in 90s. So there was around 6-7 years long fight with ADB, and then ADB agreed that their process were wrong and their project design was wrong, and for that reason the decade-long waterlogging is still happening in that region. The winning point is ADB wrote in their evaluation report that their project design was wrong.
A membership-driven campaign against the ADB policies which impact people, communities, workers, women and the indigenous peoples, development of the campaign and policies from local to regional. That worked very well with the NGO Forum on ADB.
I've learned a lot of lessons here. That every time you visit the ADB project sites and when you talk to the people, you will hear their issues. The absence of consultations with the stakeholders, the non-compliance of EIA, the effect to their livelihoods, especially the women. This really enlightens me of the plight of the affected communities.
Ուրեմն ես ներկայացնում եմ Անդր Կովկասը, մասնավորապես Հայաստանի Հանրապետությունը, եւ արդեն մոտ 8 տարի է ես ֆորումում եմ եւ իմ ամենալավ հիշողություններից այն է, երբ ֆորումում հավաքվել էին ուրեմն գենդերային խնդիրներով աշխարհի բոլոր կանայք։ Սա իմ ամենավառ հիշողությունն է ուրեմն ֆորումից։ Ինչպիսի ուրեմն հնարավորություններ տվեց ֆորումը եւ ինչ քաղաքացիինք մենք դրանից, ուրեմն դա այն է, որ մենք սովորեցինք աշխատել հանրության եւ հասարակության հետ եւ օգնել ուրեմն հանրության լուծել իր դժվարին խնդիրները։
But I remember even in those early times when I was getting familiar with pushing the ADB about a local project, etc., that there was this sort of a non-controlling, supportive presence of the forum at that time. So it made it easier. So you were absolutely on your own and independent, and you could think and plan by yourself, even implement. And if you needed any help, then the forum was there.
30 years of making Asian development banks accountable. In 2011, the Forum Network members participated actively and thoroughly in the Public Communication Policy, or PCP, review process of the ADB, demanding the ADB to further improve people's right to information and to meaningfully engage and make informed decisions in ADB-funded development projects. By 2015, after an intense discussion amongst its members, NGO Forum and ADB Network started monitoring and engaging the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. 2017 was a significant year for the network. The NGO Forum and ADB launched the Asian People's Call on Challenging ADB's Immunity.
Now the recurring question is, looking back, would Asia have been better off without ADB?
We have really focused on core issue in relation to ADB, and that is its immunity. We are part of history, but history that continues because the struggle continues.
It was a protest in response to ADB celebrating its 50 years of operation in Asia and the Pacific. Aside from the two-day public engagement attended by CSOs from around the world and students from different universities, the Forum Network launched a visual testimony of ADB's 50 years of destruction. This was a photo book which exposed the half a century of ADB's false promises. In the following year of 2018, the Forum Network launched the Decarbonize ADB and AIIB campaign, calling both banks to stop funding coal and other fossil fuels. Last year, NGO Forum and ADB intensified its Decarbonize ADB and AIIB campaign and started the South-South Integrated Energy Planning campaign. This year, as the Forum celebrates its 30th year, the ADB announced through its draft energy policy that it will no longer finance any new coal-fired capacity for power and heat generation or any facilities associated with new coal generation.
It's 2016, 1.5 degrees Celsius. We have to keep it down you should stop lending all forms of coal power plant projects. I think there's just no more excuses on retrofitting coal.
We have seen big result that NGO Forum on ADB has produced, and this is a really great result, and we all very proud that we are able to hold the bank accountable, and we are able to influence the bank to change the policy in a way that people are put in the center of the operation.
It was like breathing fresh air, that the last curtain on coal is finally dropping. Many have said before that the final battles of coal will be fought in Asia. And as many have seen in the last decade, that almost all of the coal plants that are in the pipeline were being built in Asia. And when it was announced, I was so ecstatic and relieved. The decades of work by all of the groups in Asia who have banded together, and all this have paid off.
The work you just did on the ADB was amazing. Finally, a coal ban. Couldn't believe it would happen. And now your work on AIB, really important.
The forum is really a forum of friends who dream of a better world, who are very clear that the way the system is now is unacceptable, and that we will do our bit, and that we must go fossil free, and we will push the banks till they all go fossil free.
Around 2006-2007, so when we lobby against the Asian Development Bank on the energy policy as well as on the climate issues, we together with the Greenpeace Philippines, we had a lot of activism in front of the Asian Development Bank. Also our groups from Philippines, the Freedom from Debt Coalition, and rest of the groups had serious mobilizations against the ADB. So all these years, in the three decades, so we have done a lot of changes to the ADB policies, and we were able to bring the local community voices to the ADB decision-making table. So I believe NGO Forum and ADB is a successful campaign. I wish that we will continue those activities for another 30 years to bring good changes to the local communities we are representing.
The members of the forum is strong at each country level. And the close-knit team of the forum grew stronger and stronger every year. Good luck to all, and I hope for further fruitful cooperation.
I'd like to greet the forum for its 30th anniversary. It's really been a fun ride and a fruitful one. I hope that the forum remains that way. Always looking at the future, always looking for advancing people's rights and looking for a brighter tomorrow.
To keep up the good spirit, to maybe extend the staff and kick ass at the ADB and the AIB.
Yeah, my wish is that your very good work is secured and financed so that you can keep up with your work.
As the landscape of finance is rapidly changing with more multilateral banks and several other financial instruments which are being designed, I wish and hope that the forum will expand its efforts to address all the Asian banks and hold them accountable for the investments they make and for the outcomes for the poor and marginalized to be positive.
Hi everyone, this is Sandra, wanting to wish the forum and all of its members a happy 30th year. I can't believe it's been 30 years, albeit I was not with you all for 30 years, but I know many of your of the people who helped create the forum and who continues to improve and move the forum forward are still around. I just wanted to wish you all a happy 30th anniversary and to thank you all for the work you're doing.
On behalf of 11-11-11, I wish for more victories for Forum in the next years in building a better, kinder, and just Asia. May you continue to be steadfast, innovative, and have more stamina in going for the jugular, as Gani Serrano has wisely put it. Congratulations on your 30th anniversary and more power. Mabuhay.
So happy 30 NGO Forum and ADB Network. Here's to more years of making Asian banks accountable for the planet, for the people, for the future.